means I will be there with already announced guest Mercedes Martinez. If you got a problem, come see me. If not, shut the fuck up already. Enough. You're like a fucking baby. Another promoter out there, I don't know what's going on. Scott Wilder. Messages all over Facebook about people not getting refunds from WrestleCade with the talent that was supposed to go and either canceled or you're canceled or whatever the case may be. This is the second convention in a row I've seen this. This happened again in Atlantic City. I don't know what's going on. I personally like Scott. I never had a problem with him. But if anybody has refund issues, contact Scott directly. Don't contact the convention. Contacting the convention is just going to start more shit. Because then they're going to put a public post out saying that they have nothing to do with that promoter. Which is going to get them pissed off because now they think that the promoter is trying to pull shit. So, contact the promoter directly. If you don't get anything from that, then go to the promotion. Then go to the convention. But you can contact Scott Wilder on Facebook, and if you have a refund that's needed to be done, and I'm sure he'll take care of you. I wanted to talk about WWE really quick. The only thing I want to say about WWE is that, look, it's garbage. We covered about this earlier. It's only going to get worse. WrestleMania now, the only thing you're reading is how Bautista is going to have a match against Triple H. And now HBK is going to have a match now, which means only leads time for Stephanie McMahon to get involved in some kind of storyline. The unbelievable egos that go along with this business. Triple H and anybody who's buddies with Triple H, the McMahons, all of them, Stephanie, Shane, Vince, always have to get on TV for WrestleMania. There is no need for it. There's no need to open up every Raw and SmackDown with one of them talking. There's no need to have them at every single major pay-per-view. And definitely is no need for any of yous to be at WrestleMania anymore. Pass the damn torch already. Move on. Keep your suit on. Do your job in the back. Concentrate on damage control of your absolute shit writing. Because the ratings are plummeting, worse than they've ever been. And yes, December is usually a bad time with ratings, but this is the worst it's ever been. Back-to-back record-breaking shitfests on Raw and a record-breaking SmackDown. You can't blame it on the fans. You're putting out garbage. The storylines are idiotic. Everything is a big goddamn over-rehearsed cartoon. You go from PG-13, can't do this, can't say that, don't want to show this, but then you have Ruby Riott putting Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the dead father of Natty, on a table and poking fun at her recently deceased father. I don't have a problem with that. It just turns Ruby Riott into an ultimate heel, which is great. But you can't have it both ways. You can't do that and then be so PC with everything else. It just doesn't work. And if you think people are stupid and they don't see this, then I don't know what the hell you're paying attention to. And by going on Twitter and everything and say that we're paying attention to the WWE universe, you're full of shit. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because you're losing the WWE Universe. And now you have Cody and Jericho and Jim Ross going out and starting his company. We talked about it earlier in the show. This is a prime time for them to jump in and put their foot on the jugular. Because WWE is a sinking ship right now. Yes, the merchandise sells. Little kids love it. It's colorful. Yay! But Cena's not getting any younger. Roman Reigns is sick, so you just lost your next version of John Cena. You have nobody in the men's division that's the next John Cena right now. Ronda Rousey is your face of the women's division, which shits all over the whole women's evolution. You have Charlotte. You have Becky. Okay, you have 30 plus women in the back. And you guys are more worried about putting a belt on Ronda Rousey because she's popular. Not earning the popularity. She's just popular. She was a name before she got there, so throw the belt on her immediately. Why make her work for it? She's sloppy. She's too fast in the ring. You got studs in the locker room. Studs. And you put the belt on Ronda Rousey. How are you getting the belt off Ronda Rousey? If she is an indestructible force, somebody that can't lose a match, was a UFC champion, an absolute badass, how are you getting the belt off of her? It's not going to be believable. Unless there's another UFC person that's coming into the women's division to take that belt from her, maybe Shayna. Other than that, it's not believable. That's just my 2 cents on the WWE. And that's why I haven't watched Raw and SmackDown. Like, sat down and watched it in 3 months. I canceled my network almost 5 months ago. Anything I want to watch as far as those shows are concerned, like Table 3, Camp WWE, and all that, I can watch on the Fire Stick. I don't even need the network. Okay, as far as Raw and SmackDown, I want to catch up. I watch Raw in 22 minutes on YouTube. No commercials, no bullshit promos, no listening to all the morons talk about the network, listening to their opinions about bullshit that's being said in their ear to say anyway. None of the garbage. Just highlights of the match. Done. 22 minutes. I watched SmackDown in 16. 22 minutes. How do you have 22 minutes? And it's a 3-hour show. That tells you how much garbage you're putting on that people don't want to see. Well, that's all I got for this, as we're hitting the 1 hour and 40-minute mark of episode number 3. Deck the frauds with Boughs of Folly. We have 2 more Thursdays before 2009 hits us. We're going to sit down and evaluate the Indie Super Show here on the Damaged 365 Radio Network and decide if we're going to go season number 7. Not really sure yet. I didn't want the show ever to become like a feeling of a job. I wanted it to be always enjoyable, have fun, sit down and talk some wrestling and, expose bullshit promoters and frauds and shit like that. Which, like I said, this business gives us a lot of material. Really does. But sometimes it just gets repetitive. You get tired of hearing about the garbage. Sometimes you want to hear about the positive. So support independent wrestling. Go out there and see a local show. Give them the benefit of the doubt. You never know. You can say, you know what? I saw that guy. Now he's on WWE TV. I saw that guy. I saw him in a VFW in New Jersey or in Ohio or in Brooklyn. You never know. But you won't know until you walk in the door. Spend your $15. Go watch an independent wrestling show. Go see one of the former WWE legends, making a rare appearance. Hopefully. Eric Sims, dude, stop with the PSAs. Nobody cares. All that bullshit with Sonny was so unnecessary. I don't understand you sometimes. You're too impulsive. And then you had to make a follow-up video to apologize to her for bringing her up in the first video. Just don't do the video. No need for an apology. Right? It's easy to say sorry after you drag somebody's name through the mud. Don't talk about them. Then you don't need to apologize. Right? Go figure. What a philosophy. Well, anyway, I'd like to thank my sponsors. I'd like to thank my guests on the show, Ricky O and Joey B. Who knows? Maybe we'll be calling Charles Rock later and recording that conversation. Who knows? But hopefully we will see you next week here on the Indie Super Show. Again, being broadcasted, as always, on the Spreaker Radio Network, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
To see that